Am I a pro composer by now?
Ooh, that's a bit of a dodgy question here.
I'm a medical doctor on the journey of becoming a programming sheep? No, a professional media composer sheep, and I'm documenting my progress. This is the January update. With a healthy and positive mindset and focused goal-oriented work, I want to achieve 3 things in this year. Improve the technical aspects of my music and enhance my musical expressiveness, develop my personal identity within the composer community by creating helpful and engaging content and network within the industry, and start generating first earnings with my music. I'm currently still stuck with my 8GB laptop waiting in Poland until the South Korean border opens again, but I'm trying to make the most out of it. Here's the cool stuff that happened to me in January. Thomas Bergersen accepted my Facebook friend request. My first video reached 1000 views on YouTube. And my song The Sand Thief was featured in Dirk Ehlert's Listen to Your Tracks Volume 4 livestream, and he loved it.
Absolutely great. Mix is awesome as well. It sounds gorgeous. Nothing to add. Kevin, great work. I really dig it. Absolutely great. I applaud you.
I was getting more familiar with the video editing program DaVinci Resolve, and I can now edit my videos much faster. Opening my projects makes me feel like this. In reality, it looks like this. I was able to maintain my weekly upload schedule. This time I did not create music, but focused on creating content that can help others. I made big steps with the documentation of my first year on the journey of becoming a professional composer. I explained how I find and get permission to use professional background artworks for my music videos and how to apply video edits to them. And I showed hands-on how I create pretty and fast to make video thumbnail images using the free version of Adobe Spark. Regarding my roadmap, I count these as steps to build my identity and create helpful content for the composer community. Next up, January purchases. My cinematic studio family has finally found their long-lost friends in the woods. Get it? This now gives me a full-blown cinematic studio orchestra. Well, almost. I'm looking at you, percussions. I was provided with Performance Sample's intimate and romantic chamber strings Vista. I will share my impressions on this in another video. I also bought the iZotope mixing and mastering bundle on their sale, consisting of Ozone 9 Standard, Neutron 3 Standard, and Tonal Balance Control 2. I've been using Ozone 9 elements for the mastering stage on every single one of my tracks before. It comes in different modules, and each of them can improve your sound. Ozone Elements has 3 of them: an EQ, a stereo imager, and a maximizer/limiter. With the upgrade to Ozone 9 Standard, I unlocked more modules. In terms of equalizers, the standard version adds a second EQ for the signal chain, a dynamic EQ that affects the tonal quality of your track only when it needs to, meaning when a certain threshold is met, and a match EQ that creates one snapshot of your track and one of an imported reference track and applies equalization based on that. Other modules are dynamics, which I don't really understand yet, but iZotope describes as both a compressor and limiter in one module that you can adjust release times with, an exciter that adds and distorts harmonic overtones for an overall richer sound, and several vintage options like a vintage compressor, EQ, limiter, and vintage tape saturation. One of my favorite things of Ozone Standard compared to Elements is the reference panel, where you can easily load in a reference track and compare it with your own song with one single mouse click. It's not affected by your effects, and you don't need to do any additional setup. It even automatically detects different portions of the reference song and lets you jump to those immediately. Neutron 3 is a mixing tool that in the Elements version comes with the 3 modules Equalizer, Compressor, and Exciter. The standard version now adds a transient shaper with which you seem to be able to control the attack and sustain envelopes of your audio track. I've never used one before, but I'm excited to try it out now. It comes with a second compressor for your signal chain, a gate, which I don't understand yet, but it seems to block and pass certain signals from your track depending on how you set it, and a sculptor that can shape the tone of your track with different instrument presets. Neutron 3 Standard comes together with another plugin called Visual Mixer. In the visual mixer you can see all the tracks that have Neutron on them, and then you can very easily distribute them in a virtual room by panning them left and right and moving them back and forth. Listen how I first pan the 2 solo violins and then bring in the pizzicato cello to the front. To me, it's an awesome visual addition to the mixing workflow. The third part of the bundle, Tonal Balance Control 2, lets you compare the sound of your track with a reference. Inter-plugin communication with Neutron makes it very fast to adjust EQ, to improve the frequency balance and get closer to the sound you'd like to achieve. There's a general mode with 4 frequency bands and a sound banana for final adjustments. I find it very nice to have this visualization of my song that can help me find potential problem areas a little bit easier. So this is it for January. I hope the next month will be just as exciting as this one, and I'll keep you guys updated. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any tips or tricks for me to improve on my path of becoming a pro composer, let me know in the comments. It would make me very happy. See you soon!